Welcome to the AP Style Workshop, presented to you by the Writing Center at the Academic Resource Center. So what is AP? AP stands for Associated Press. This is the style of formatting that is used in journalism, news writing, and magazine. AP styles dictate rules for grammar, punctuation, and specific uh, formatting for dates and numbers and titles and other things. And the purpose of it is to promote consistency for universal reading and understanding. In this workshop, we will discuss the proper AP formatting for dates, ages, names, numbers, and titles. So let's first look at dates. When formatting using a date, you always want to use the Arabic figures. You don't want to include ST, second, ND, third, RD, just the dates. Abbreviate the month when it is used with a specific date, but don't abbreviate months with names 5 letters or shorter. For example, you can abbreviate October, but you would not abbreviate April. When only the month and year are listed in any sentence or text, spell it out and do not separate the month and year with a comma. And when a sentence or phrase mentions a month, day, and year, separate the year with commas. Let's look at ages. You want to always, in AP style, use figures for ages. So, for example, we have the wine is 30 years old, or the boy is 15. You use hyphens for ages that are expressed as adjectives before a noun or as substitutes for a noun. So let's look at an adjective. The 6-year-old girl. 6-year-old is an adjective describing the girl. Let's look at AP style names. You want to address a person by their first and last name the first time you mention them in the writing, and after that, address them by their last name without the title. You do not need to use courtesy titles unless you are inserting a direct quote or trying to recognize between two different people. Let's look at numbers. You want to always spell out numbers 1 through 10 and use figures to represent numbers 11 and so forth. Common exceptions include an address, right? In the address, you're just writing the address. Another would be time. Even numbers should be followed by a colon and 2 zeros. And you want to use AM or PM, and remember to use the periods. When you're talking about speed, you're going to write the number. When you're writing about percentages, percent is spelled out. And when you're writing about money, you will not include the period and the 2 zeros. Now let's look at titles. So formal titles should be capitalized and abbreviated. For example, you see governor. Instead of fully spelling out governor, you're just going to write GOV, period. Formal titles should be capitalized when they come before a person's name. For instance, you would write President Barack Obama. Formal titles can be lowercase if they are informal or you do not have a person's name following it, like if you're just saying president in general. When it comes to magazine titles, reference works, and newspapers, you don't have to treat them with anything special, right? Titles of books, movies, TV shows will have quotation marks with each first letter of the word capitalized. For example, to all the boys I've loved before, notice that we've capitalized the words. Thank you for viewing this workshop on AP style.